What a great backdrop, right? As you know, this is part of a collaboration, a big collaboration, a collaboration with the state, a collaboration with the county, a collaboration with city, but it's more about a collaboration with young people. We have a group of young people here who represent a small portion of the folks that we are going to invest in again this year. I can't tell you how excited we are that we were selected not just once, but a second year out of over 700 applicants over those 2 years. So congratulations to the young people, because their hard work and their successes last year convinced folks that they wanted to invest in new young people this year. And we're just delighted. The poinsettias you see were all grown by our young folks. They are farmers. They have a farm behind us, and they grow tens of thousands of pounds of vegetables each year and sell them at the markets. And they've taught me how to like zucchini, so thank you. But we're just excited. We're excited to have such a great partnership because, you know, young people are really our future. And I've never seen harder working people than these young folks. Even when it's 80 and 90 degrees outside, they are out there working hard, but more importantly, they're smiling. And I owe that a lot to the staff as well. So the staff from West End and Bright Spots, please stand just to acknowledge you. This is not about just farming. This is about other partnerships that we have throughout the county, and I'm going to let some of our other speakers talk more about it, but it is my great honor and privilege to introduce to you our county exec, Matt Meyer. You know, Matt, as many of you know, has had numerous jobs, from being a teacher to a diplomat to a lawyer. But one of the things I enjoy most about Matt is, you know, I see him riding along the pathway in his bicycle and in his suit. And I've never had a county exec do that. Matt, we love your excitement, your energy, and your creativity, and we are just honored at West End to be a partner with you. So welcome, Matt.
Thank you so much. Anybody get stuck in traffic coming here today? You get stuck in traffic? Yeah, you could have gotten here without traffic. Take the bike path, right? Take the bike path, direct from Wilmington. It's so exciting to be here today. We all owe a big, big, big thank you to the Citi Foundation. Give them a round of applause. We cannot thank you enough. The Citi Foundation is making investments like this all over the world to improve communities. And the fact you've selected Newcastle County and Wilmington 2 years in a row is really meaningful to us and helps make this community stronger. I owe a big thank you to my staff, Jane Ratteni, Marcus, and everyone on our community services staff who are working like crazy to make sure that this program works. Because of the great work of Citi Foundation with West End, we had our largest summer youth employment program in the history of Newcastle County, going back to 1673. We had our largest last year, and today's announcement enables us to do the same thing again next year, and it's so meaningful. I don't know if we're going to hear from Dustin, one of our students who's here, a senior at William Penn, who's going on to great things next year. But he now, because of his great work last summer, is working through a partnership with William Penn every other day at our community service department in the county, adding to the value of county taxpayers. I mean, pretty much nothing we see would be here, and we certainly wouldn't be here without the decades of dedication, commitment, and sort of behind closed doors, always doing the right thing, and that's Paul Calistro. Give Paul a huge round of applause. You know, I think you think so much about where our community is going and where we can be, and I know Paul and I talk about that, and Paul thinks about it a lot, but every now and then I stop and think about where we would be if Paul Calistro had not done what he has done for generations. There are leaders now, big time leaders in the city and the state who I'm not sure would have had much opportunity without the dedication of Paul and West End. So thank you very much. Listen, according to the U.S. Bureau on Labor Statistics, there are 7 million unfilled jobs in this country. There are 7 million unfilled jobs. Does anyone know anyone who doesn't have a job right now or wants a job? Does anyone know anyone? Yeah. There are a lot of people right now who need jobs, who can't find jobs. And the problem is, it's a bigger problem than we've ever had in the history of this country, an employment mismatch problem, where the jobs are there, millions of jobs are there, and there are millions of people looking for jobs who can't find jobs because they don't have the right skills. They don't have the right skills. And so I believe the solution to this great mismatch problem, this great unemployment problem, is programs like this. And programs like this that reach out specifically to communities that are in desperate need of quality work opportunities, but don't have the skills, don't have the training, and they don't know where to go and feel like they don't have opportunities to gain that training. So with a partnership of Citi Foundation, West End, we're reaching out to communities. Your county government, our county government, is reaching out to make sure everyone in every community, if you're looking for a job, and particularly for the youth, right? 14 to 20-year-olds, so that we can make sure that they have the training to compete in a global workforce tomorrow. So we can't say thank you enough. It's important to note as well that it's not just jobs that's being offered, not just employment training and employment opportunities. There are wraparound services. This city grant partnership with West End helps us to hire a coordinator. Because we all know you bring 14 to 20, I was a teacher before I ran for office, you bring 14 to 20-year-olds to work. Many of them are ready to come to work and ready to work in a professional environment. Some of them are not. And we need to help people to make sure that they have the skills and training that they need to be successful. So thank you all for coming today. Thank you for the tremendous assistance and partnership here. We couldn't do it without you, and the people of this county owe you a great debt. So thank you very much. Don't forget lunch.
Thank you, Matt. You're always exciting and entertaining. I like a leader with a sense of humor. Our next guest is probably one of our most important guests. Sandra Peterson represents Citi in Delaware. She is the president of Delaware City Center site. That's a mouthful, but she's our connection to Delaware. She has helped be a spokesperson for us when they were shuffling through hundreds and hundreds of applications. She said, "Remember Delaware." So I am pleased and honored to have Sandra here to speak on behalf of Citi and Citi Foundation.
Thank you. All right. I am honored to be here talking with you today, and I'm so proud that we at Citi can and will continue to give back to the community here in Delaware. As mentioned, I am the site president for Citi here in Delaware. I am a Delawarean. I've been living in Delaware for over 25 years. So what happens here in the community is near and dear to my heart. I want to share a little bit with you about Citi. The Citi Foundation has a program called Pathways to Progress, and we have allocated $100 million in funds to give out in terms of progress. Specifically, our Youth Workforce Fund, we've allocated $4 million that will be allocated across 15 cities, and I'm proud to say Delaware is one of those 15 cities, so we're really proud about that. The Youth Workforce Fund is all about helping and connecting our youth to job training, job skill training, helping them to get educated around the skill sets that they need to enter into the workforce. And so that is our focus. So we're very proud to be here with you all today. So this is the second year in a row that we are granting this fund to the West End Neighborhood House. And I'd like to present, Leanne, if you don't mind, to you today a check for $250,000. Again, we are very proud of the work that the West End Neighborhood House is doing here in the community. I have to tell you, when I visited the center and they had two of the students actually speak about the progress that they were making here in the community, it went right to my heart. And so I am very, very proud. We at Citi are very, very proud to present this check to you. Second year in a row, so that constitutes $500,000, $500,000 to the West End Neighborhood House. So congratulations. Our pleasure. Thank you. Right.
Wow. Wow. $500,000. We are just touched and honored, and I can't say how grateful we are to be a partner with you. Thank you for investing in our young people. Speaking of young people, one of the things we try to do is not teach just basic skills, but elevate young people into supervisors. At West End, we have quite a few young people who started in this program and in other programs and are now supervising other young people and kind of paying their way forward and teaching others. And as well does the county have that. And I'd like to introduce our next guest, Michaela Joseph, who started out as a summer youth worker and now is a counselor with the county. Michaela?
I just want to thank everyone for coming out here today, and I wanted to touch on a few things. I'm sorry. The goal of the program is to teach the youth basic work skills, how to perform in the workplace, the soft skills in order to talk to their bosses and relate to other people. But there's also the part that people don't see, the kids who have already gone through the training, know what they're supposed to do, and then have been doing great the entire summer long, and then all of a sudden have start coming in late every day. So we want to figure out what's going on. That's not like them, that's not in their character, because they have been taught how to actually work in the workplace. So what we do is we take a kind of look at how things have been going with them, and we ask them, hey, how have things been going? What can we do to help you get back and meet these goals that your supervisor is asking you to meet? So one of the great things that Newcastle County did give us was a lot of resources to be able to come to these kids who maybe are having a hard time at home and have them have a reference. We can refer them to guidance counselors that they don't typically have outside of school time. We can make sure that they have the food that they would normally get for free school lunches, things like that. We just want to make sure that the kids are actually getting the support and help that they're getting during the school year, also during the summer, as well as learning their work experiences and preparing them for the future, really. So I just want to thank everyone for being a part of this and reaching out and making this such a great experience for everyone. I was actually a summer youth worker myself, so I know firsthand how it feels being the kid who's not really sure how I'm supposed to act and how everything's supposed to go. So I would say that when I did have coordinators, it was a big help in learning how to carry myself in the workplace and be professional. Thank you.
Michaela, thank you so much for what you give back to all the young people. Earlier, County Exec Matt Myers talked about West End Neighborhood House and its great achievements over 135 years. And I would say our greatest attribute that we have as an organization is we pick really talented, dedicated people. Right? It's not me at the top. It's the folks who really are out doing the work. And our next speaker, Sindhu Siva, is one of those folks. When she's not counseling, she's plowing. When she's not plowing, she's negotiating. When she's not negotiating, she's mentoring. I don't know how she does it. I think sometimes she might have a pull-out cot at this farm, but she comes to work every day and is pleasant, thoughtful, and not afraid to disagree with the boss. So Cinda, I'd love to have you come up and say a few words about your program.
Do I need to? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Paul, for those kind words, and thank you all for coming out here to our greenhouse. I know it's not the easiest place to find, but we really appreciate you coming out here. You'll notice I'm in my suspenders and my work pants. That's because our model out here at Bright Spot, and I would say at West End as a whole, is that we lead and we teach through example. So every one of our staff is out there with our youth, working, getting our hands dirty. There is no job out here that is only for one person or another. We all get down and dirty. And I think that's important because it allows people to imagine themselves in various roles, right? We all are able to talk about our issues together, our challenges together, and through that, we're able to understand how we can support each other in being dependable despite adversity in our lives, how we can communicate even when it's hard or it's uncomfortable, how to keep our cool even when mistakes happen and even when it's literally 100+ degrees outside in the middle of the summer. Right? These are not skills that people take the time to slow down and really teach, and a lot of times it's something that you have to learn on the go. And so, we really appreciate the opportunity to be able to create a space. We kind of think of this as a work study. So for our youth that are outside of the traditional school system, this is a job opportunity where they can work 3 days a week, get paid, get that mentorship, and also participate in the GED program or in finishing their diploma if they don't have one. Right? We will work around their schedule. We'll work with the folks at West End because they're part of our West End family. We're working together to be able to provide those wraparound services and to make sure that we continue to support them once they go out into job placements. 3 years ago was the first time that we partnered with Newcastle County to work with kids that are in the high school system still. And that was a trial for us. We had 3 young people that came out here. They filled out on their forms, wanted to do something environmental, had no idea they were coming to a farm. I could not have been happier with the young folks that come through here. I had hoped, but never really imagined that those 3 young folks would want to come back the next year. And I'm just shocked and awed that they want to come back a 3rd year in a row, 3 summers in a row. And so what this second year of funding allows us to do is actually take those individuals that have demonstrated that they're really interested and passionate and actually help them cultivate the leadership skills that they need now to be able to lead their own peers, right? And actually we've had our young people, they've been working on Saturdays, coming out here when they don't have school, on their days off, begging me to come out here and work, which was just like melts my heart. But they've been leading college students, our college volunteers that come out here. And so that builds a level of confidence and practice in terms of, how do you take the skills that you know and now communicate it to someone else and actually show them how to do it. And so that's what we're really excited this money allows us to continue dreaming, to make this, all of our programs bigger and stronger, but it also creates the opportunity for these young folks to act upon their visions for themselves. And that's what's really inspiring and powerful about this. So thank you all.
So I think we started by saying this is really about the young people. So anyone who has been in the programs, are in the programs, have just finished the programs, would you just please stand up and be acknowledged? Thank you. I'd like, and it's Dustin, right? Did I say that right? If you'd like to speak, the county exec teed it up, and I'm not gonna deny you. Would you like to come up and say a few words? And if not, it's okay. You're good? Okay. Well, I'd like, what we're going to do is have one more speaker, and he's going to represent our young people. And I know he's going to do it well. And then afterwards, we'll have some photo shoots, and the county exec and I are going to go walk in the mud up to the farm, and you're welcome to join us if you'd like. But Armani Nelson is an intern at West End Neighborhood House, and he just wanted to make a couple remarks and a thank you for what it's meant for him. And then afterwards, we'll have an opportunity to chat. So Armani.
How are you guys doing today? First off, I want to start by saying thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to speak. But I'm just going to go right ahead. I guess they saved the best for last. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, the Hilltop region. A little nervous. It's first time, guys. First guy. All right. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, and what I realized of me growing up, that it's not really where you're from, it's where you're destined to go. Currently at an internship at West End. I'm learning Microsoft Word, Excel, and all other computer skills just to help me in the corporate world. My future consists of the banking industry, and the financial sector. And one thing I like to say, guys, it's not really about, oh, you had a bad start or, where you from. It's really about getting up and doing it. Be taking that initiative to change your life, And like I said, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, guys. All right? And thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
That concludes our program. On the way out, there will be, Cinda will stop you, give you an application to buy poinsettias, because these poinsettias were grown by our young people, and it's their business. So I'm just teasing, but you're certainly welcome to do that as well. Thank you all for coming, and most importantly, thank you to Citi for your partnership, your dedication, and your vision of how to change our world. Thank you so much.
Nobody needs mobile deposit.